Good afternoon, and we are live from Weingardt Stadium, located on the campus of East Los Angeles College here in Monterey Park, for another edition of Community College Football. I'm Albert Robles with the call here today, and your Huskies will be taking on the Owls of Citrus College. Owls come in today with a record of 2-4, and your Huskies have a record of 1-6 overall. So it's going to be quite the game between these two teams, and we'll see who will come away with the victory overall. Huskies will be kicking off to the Owls. They're playing in their all-black uniforms, white numbers, green helmets. Owls playing in the white. So beautiful afternoon here today. Lots of sun, lots of clouds. And we'll see how much of a challenge that impacts the players. Huskies playing right to left, Owls left to right as we're about to get underway. Karobi, Parker, Pinto ready to kick it off and get things underway. An excellent return by the Owls. That's number 21, Makai Dunn, out of Cal Lutheran and Thousand Oaks. So a really good return and good positioning for the Owls. Knocked out of bounds around the 39-yard line, and that's where the Owls will take over. So that's Jake Dennerson as the starting quarterback for the Owls. 6'1" freshman out of Glendora High School. Found his target, Julian Barreo. And Barreo with the completion gets enough yardage for the first down. So 1st and 10, Owls. Next play is a handoff to Jamal Wilson. Second down for the Owls. Pass is complete. That's number 6, Emmanuel Mogbalu. So Citrus on a little bit of a roll as they convert yet another first down on this opening drive. East LA has been playing really good defense this season, although they've yet to show it here in this drive. Handoff to Wilson. Can't break the tackle. It's brought down around the 24-yard line. There's a flag on the play. So you wait for the official ruling here from the White Hat. So we're waving off the flag. There is no penalty. So 2nd and 6. Wilson in motion. And the pass is incomplete, so that's going to be a third down for the Owls coming up. Really good defensive read there by Zachary Camarena to get that broken up. Rayo checking in. Pass to the outside, and it's tipped off by Nason Rudolph. That's going to force a fourth down. And we'll see what Citrus elects to do next, and they're going to bring on the special teams unit, so they're going to go for the field goal here. That's Maui Fromel, place kicker for the Owls. Kick is up. Looks like it has the distance, and it is good. So the Owls get on the board on their opening drive. They'll take the lead 3-0. And coming up, it'll be the Huskies' turn to respond. So Fromel is the place kicker, but on the kickoffs, it's going to be number 67, Ruben Jimenez out of Chino Hills. Husky receive, breaks free, dances along the sidelines, tiptoed, and knocked out around the 30. So decent position for the Huskies here. They'll actually be starting off on the 35-yard line. Dante Bell, starting quarterback for East LA. It's a handoff, runs right up the middle and into a flock of Owls. Gain of about 3, so 2nd and 7 coming up. That was Brandon Giron on the run. There's a snap. Fake the handoff. Scott is target number 18. That's David Torres with the completion and the first down. Here's a snap. Handoff to Huron, runs up the middle and stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. Fake the handoff. Gets his target and is brought down by at least 3 or 4 defenders. That was complete yet again to David Torres. So Huskies moving the ball pretty well so far. We'll see if they can keep up this momentum. They haven't been able to really get a whole lot of yardage in recent games, a lot of shoddy play, but they've also met some really formidable defenses as of late. But with the Owls coming in with a record of 2-4, you would think that they can give East LA a bit of a drive that they need to get things moving offensively. It's another handoff. It's Huron up the middle for a gain of about 2, so 2nd and 8. So far on this drive, we've had 2 completions to David Torres. We've yet to see Chris Hicks get in the mix. Hicks lined up on the near side. There's Bell. And a drop. Target was intended for Victor Rodriguez. Hit him right in the hands, but just couldn't quite rail it into his chest. It's going to be 3rd and 8 and decision time here for East LA. We'll see what they can come up with. Here's a snap going with a pass play. Dante Bell is brought down on the 39-yard line for a Citrus College sack. That's number 41 with the sack. That's Keenan Eck at Apple Valley High. It's going to be a 4th and long for East LA. Dante Bell does have the arm to target the end zone, and the offense is staying on the field. Dante Bell throws right down the middle. That's complete to David Torres. Will it be enough for the first down? And it is. So Torres' 3rd catch of the day gets him another East LA first down. Ball spotted on the 17-yard line. Correction, 12-yard line. Bell's going to call for a timeout. Didn't like the looks of things. So 1st and 10 from the Owls' 12. There's a snap. It's a handoff to Hiron. Actually, no, it's a keeper. It's going to be a gain of about 4, so 2nd and 8 for East LA. And they'd love to find the end zone, but they are able to get another 1st down should it come to it. Hicks lined up on the near side. Hiron in the backfield. Here's a snap. Bell throws out to the right, and it's a Husky touchdown to Cameron Thornton out of Myers Park High School. East LA on the board. And Parker Pinto will attempt the extra point. And Owls got a little jumpy here. We'll see what the official ruling is. So officially a false start on East LA. So that's going to back them up a little bit, but shouldn't be much of an issue for Corobie Parker. Kick is up, and kick is good. Also a flag on the play. We'll see how that is assessed. So offsides on the defense. That'll be declined, and the kick is good. So 7-3 in favor of your Huskies. So really good start here at Weingardt Stadium for East LA, as they'll kick things off to the Owls in just a moment. Really good drive. So 6:37 left here in the first. Huskies lead 7-3, and Corobie Parker Pinto about to kick things away to Citrus. Kick is good and deep. And a good return by Makai Dunn, number 21 for Citrus College. Gets knocked out at about the 27-yard line. And that is where Citrus College will take things over here. Citrus able to score on their first drive, but resulted in the field goal. Couldn't quite convert the last third down while they were in Husky territory and in the red zone. So lined up in the shotgun. Hakeem Halliburton lined up. It's a handoff to Halliburton. Actually, no, it's a Denison keeper, and he gets mobbed down by Zachary Camarena for a gain of 2. So we got Wilson and Halliburton lined up next to Denison. Eric's eye is on the top of your screen. Denison passes intercepted. That's Dalen Story. Pushes him down to the ground. Can he return it? He can. Touchdown, Huskies. So there is a flag on the play. We'll see if that brings things back. So I never saw what the white hat indicated, but the penalty was against East LA, so that negates the interception by Dalen Story. Oh, sorry, correction, the penalty just negated the pick 6, but the interception does stand. So it is Husky ball. They'll take over at the 40. Gain of about 2, so 2nd and 8. Hicks lined up on the near side. Browning hit on the backfield. Bell drops back, throws left, no one there. Looks like the pass was intended for David Torres, but it'll go down incomplete. 3rd and 8. Bell drops back. Quick pass to Hiron. Gets to the 20, the 10. He's open free. And it looks like the line judge saying he got knocked out of bounds just short of the goal line. But now they're indicating a touchdown. Because we got a pretty good view from here, but I didn't really see it. But officiating needs to get cleaned up a little bit here, because I guess they're saying that he... So they're saying the pass was complete to Giron, but they're saying he got knocked out of bounds at the 35. So 3rd and 5 on the 35-yard line. That's Bell. Just over the hands of Hicks. So that'll bring up 4th down. And the offense is staying on the field. So Coach Artie Robles getting aggressive here. 4:27 left remaining here in the first. Considering the yardage, we'll see if the Huskies are just trying to get the Owls to jump off sides and get that first down. No, they'll go for it. Bell can't escape. He's going to get brought down for a Citrus sack. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Citrus College will take over on the 35. Dante Bell has some great legs, but he couldn't quite break free of that defensive line from Citrus College. Denderson fakes the handoff. It's a fumble. Ball still open. And the Owls able to get on top of it. That was just a really bad faked handoff there. That was Josh Blaylock on the coverage. So it's going to be 2nd and forever. They'll go with a handoff to Jamal Wilson. Gets brought down around the 14-yard line. So 3rd and long coming up for Citrus College, and East LA stepping things up defensively. Flag on the play. False start against the Owls, so that's going to bring them back even further. Here's a snap. Tennyson drops back, handoff to Wilson. No one in front of him. Gets met with a pack of Huskies and brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. So Wilson able to make up some ground, but not enough to get a first down. But it does make things easier on their kicker and give them better fielding position here for Ruben Jimenez to try and pin the Huskies back. Here's the punt, and I believe it's Hicks lined up to receive. Gets a little bit of contact, breaks free of that. Stepping back, running the wrong direction, but Hicks is scrappy. Gets some open field, gets along the sideline, breaks free again, and brought down on the 25-yard line. No flag seen in sight, and a great return by Chris Hicks, and great fielding position for East LA. easily one of the best returns by East LA seen this season here at Weingardt Stadium. So East LA will take over pretty much right where they gave the ball to Citrus College before this drive. Handoff to Hiron. Brought down on the 28. Gain of about 2. Looked like it was Kyle Fern on the tackle. Minute 30 remaining here in the first. Handoff to Hiron, runs to the right side. Brought down on the 21. So short gain for East LA. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Under a minute, clock is running. Play clock at about 15 seconds. There's a snap, handoff to Hiron, runs up the middle and brought down for a gain of about 2. So zeros are on the board here at East LA. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll step away for just a moment. You're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back for the start of our second quarter here as East LA will opt to kick things off for a field goal attempt. Kick is up and it is good. So Karobi Parker Pinto kicking things off appropriately with a field goal here in the second quarter. East LA up 10-3. And for those of you joining us here today online, we thank you for watching and supporting these student athletes. And as a reminder, be sure to like and subscribe to the stream to keep up to date on any and all athletic events here on SportsNetUSA.net. We do as much as we possibly can. I believe this will be one of our last games for football for East LA, but very, very soon we will have Husky basketball for both the men and the women this season here on sportsnetusa.net. So be sure to like and subscribe to keep up to date on all those games that we'll be doing live at the E Arena here at East LA. That's Braden Austin with the return for the Owls, brought down on the 24-yard line. So decent return for Citrus College here. So Dennerson in the shotgun, joined with Wilson and Halliburton. Fake the handoff, they throw out to Wilson. Brought down about the 30, gain of 6, so 2nd and 4. Actually, 2nd and 3 for Citrus College. Dennerson off the hands of the tight end. Pass was intended to Sean Pearson. Actually, it was to Robert Demeanor. Emmanuel Moglu in motion. The handoff, breaks free, gets the first down and more, and goes out of bounds at the 46. So 1st and 10 from the 46. Here's a snap, handoff to Halliburton. Met with a pack of Huskies. Gets a short gain. Is a flag on the play about the Husky 30. So it's a penalty against East LA. Hand off to Wilson, gets the first down. He has wide open territory. Touchdown, Owls. Flag on the play on about the 40-yard line. We'll see if that brings things back and negates the touchdown. And we also have an injured Husky. Getting tended to by the trainers. So that's holding on Citrus College. That will definitely bring things back. The injured Husky was number 57, Josh Blaylock, but he does run off the field under his own power. So good news there. But he was holding his right hand, so it might be a little bit of a hand injury for Blaylock. So 1st and 5 on the 50. Dennerson hands off to Wilson, runs up the middle into a pack of Huskies, gets the first down. Dennerson keeps it himself, drops back, and is immediately brought down for a Husky sack. That's Brody Mailing with the sack. Dennerson throws out to Halliburton. Brought down. Looks like it might be just shy of the sticks. It's going to be 3rd and short. Flag on the play. Pass was complete to Barreo. Brought down on the 15 as another flag flies. That first flag was right along the original line of scrimmage. As we get the ruling here. So holding on the offense and holding on the defense. So those will offset, we'll replay the down. And clearly one of the judges forgets that the penalty's offset. He had already moved the ball back, so now they got to reconfigure everything was. And there was already some confusion on the chain gang as the scrimmage marker was moved as well. But I believe they were on the 39. Actually, no, 33. Halliburton in the backfield. They'll hand it off. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they get credited with the first down. And they're going to be marked short. So 4th and 1 for Citrus College. And the offense is going to stay on the field. They faked the high snap. And Wilson took it directly. He gets enough yardage. That should be enough for the first down. And it is. So decent acting there by Jake Dennerson, acting as if it was a high snap, but it was a direct snap to Wilson. Dennerson throws out to Braden Austin. Jukes a tackle, brought down out of bounds on the 17. As you have another flag on the play. So they're calling unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe that's against Braylon Story. So first and goal on the Husky 8. Halliburton in motion. They give it to Wilson. Brought down at the 5. Camarena with the tackle. So second and goal, officially on the 6-yard line. There's a snap. They'll hand off to Wilson, running left. Halliburton blocks and is in for the touchdown. No flags in sight, so that will stand. 10-9 pending the extra point. Kick is up and good. So we are tied. Score is 10-10 with 9:24 left here in the half. So East LA hurt by some costly penalties that resulted in a touchdown for Citrus College. East LA definitely needs to clean things up if they want to come away with a victory here today over Citrus. Jimenez kicks it off, and ball goes out of bounds. And for those of you at home, if you're wondering what's going on, I'm right there with you because the Owls are lined up as if they're going to re-kick it. but the kick was landed out of bounds, so that should put East LA on the 40-yard line. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't know what Citrus College was thinking there. They don't get to re-kick that. So East LA takes over on the 40-yard line. So officials will bring in a fresh ball before we get things underway. Thornton lined up on the near side. Hicks on the top of your screen, and Hiron in the backfield. So false start on East LA. That's going to back them up. Fake the handoff. They throw it out. That was Torres on the catch. Got them back to the original line of scrimmage, so gain of 5. So 2nd and 10. Go with the handoff to Hiron up the middle, gain of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 8 for East LA. You've been in this situation earlier before, went with a nice pass up the middle to Torres to convert that. And we'll see what head coach Robles has in store. Bell keeps it, drops back, throws deep. Pass incomplete, but a flag on the play. Intended target was Cameron Thornton. So it's pass interference on the Owls. So East LA going to get the automatic first down. That was Cam Forrest, number 23 on the Owls. Bell to Thornton. Pass is complete. Gain of about 6. Officially a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5 for East LA. Torres in motion. Pass is complete to Torres. Gets up, gain of about 3. Can he get to the sticks? And it looks like they're going to give him the yardage, so East LA with another first down. Moving things along quite well with 6:50 left here in the first half. Bell drops back, keeps it himself, rolls out left. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. And runs out of bounds. For no gain. Torres goes in motion. Bell drops back, goes forward, and brought down for a Citrus sack. That's Keenan Eck with the tackle. It's going to be a loss of 3, so 3rd and 13. Pass is almost picked off, but it'll just be a broken up pass by Christian Sampson. It's going to be 4th and 13 here for East LA. Special teams rushing onto the field here. Only 10 seconds left on the play clock. We'll see if they can get set and bring off the snap. It's going to be a legal formation on East LA. So East LA will punt it away. Takes a nice Husky bounce, and East LA will down it on the 8-yard line. So fantastic punt there by East LA to prevent Citrus College on the return. 4:43 remaining here in the first half. Hand off to Halliburton, runs up the middle, breaks free, and gets to the 16. So 2nd and 8. So, sorry, gain of 8, 2nd and 2 coming up. Halliburton up the middle. Gets the first down. That's enough for forward progress, so that'll move the sticks. Flag on the play. We'll see if that's a dead ball foul or not. So unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. So that's a 15-yard penalty. That'll move Citrus up even further. They'll take over. Halliburton on the handoff. Gain of about 1. So 2nd and 9 on the 38. Dennerson throws it. He's got a tight end. Complete for the first down. That was number 83, Ridge Keslieb. He's built like the tight end, but listed as a wide receiver for Citrus College. So 1st and 10 for Citrus on the 49, officially in Husky territory. That's 87 with the catch. That's Sean Person. So Citrus picking up the pace. Handoff to Halliburton, up the middle. Gain of about 7. Officially a 6-yard carry for Halliburton, 3rd and 4. So timeout called by East LA. We'll step away for just a moment. You're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back from the timeout. Citrus on 2nd and 4. Dennerson with the keeper, runs up the middle and gets enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 on the Husky 25. And we've officially reached the 2-minute timeout here at Weingardt Stadium. So really decent game here so far between these two teams. The first drive for Citrus College ended in a field goal attempt, which was successful. East LA responded with a touchdown of their own. When Citrus got the ball back on their second drive, they promptly turned that over, ended with an interception for East LA. And then East LA turned things right back over on downs. Citrus punted it away. East LA, upon that punt return, were able to get a field goal off. Citrus then scored a touchdown. That tied things up. And after two other failed drives from East LA and Citrus, that's where we are right now. That's a handoff to Halliburton, spins around, goes up the middle, brought down on the 19. So Citrus officially in the red zone. It's 2nd and 4. Go with the handoff. That's Wilson. Brought down on the 11. That's enough for the first down, and that'll move the sticks. A minute 13 left here in the first. Wilson and Halliburton lined up in the backfield behind Dennerson. And we'll get another timeout by East LA. So Coach Robles is going to talk things over with his bunch, see what they can come up with here. And with the way Citrus has been moving the ball on this drive, it'll be interesting to see what they can come up with and see if they can somehow generate a stop or a turnover. But there's only been one turnover by Citrus College so far. That, of course, was the interception to Dalen Story. So the clock to stop with a minute to go as they're about to get things underway here. Wilson goes in motion. They hand off to Halliburton. Runs up the middle for an easy Citrus College touchdown. So it's 16-10 for Citrus College, pending the point after. Kick is up, and kick is good. So 17-10 with 53 seconds left here in the first half. That was Lewis Dixon on the kick. So a strong scoring drive there by Citrus College. East LA would have liked a stop there, but they do have a minute left. However, no timeouts remaining here in the first half, but they do get the ball back to start the second half. And it's Hicks and Torres lined up to receive. It's actually Rodriguez and Torres, Rodriguez and Hicks. So it's going to be Hicks. He'll opt to return. Runs left. Gets to the sideline and brought out around the 30. .45 seconds left. Bell gets Hicks in the open field right up the middle to the 50. Clock is still running, 35 seconds to go, 1st and 10. There's Bell. Jukes the middle, gets out, and brought down on the 45 for a Citrus College sack. And that's not going to be enough time to get off another play, so zeros are on the board. We are officially at halftime here at Weingardt Stadium. Citrus College leads East LA 17-10. So we'll step away for this halftime break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. And we'll have some first half statistics for you, as well as the conclusion of this game in the second half coming up. You're watching Husky football right here on Sportsnet USA.net. And we're back live here at Weingardt Stadium for the second half here of Husky football here on the campus of East Los Angeles College of Monterey Park. I'm Albert Robles, and joining with me here for the second half is the SID for your Huskies, Serwin D. Haynes. He'll be joining us with some color commentary. How you doing today, Serwin?
I'm pretty good. I'm happy that I was able to hop on here. We had some technical difficulties before the start of this one that all of us were scrambling around, but we were able to.
I was here for it. I saw it all. I heard all the technical difficulties. I'm glad all that got resolved prior to the start of this game.
Yeah, we had to move some things around to accommodate, but we were able to. The important thing is to be able to get off a good production, a good show for our student athletes here, who are performing and giving their all on the field. Huskies are giving a better effort so far this week versus some of the other weeks. Now they played some better competition, higher competition in previous weeks, but really, they've had a real struggle. There's no other way to color it than a real struggle these past few weeks. Absolutely.
I mean, like they lost Dante Bell for a couple games. Mm-hmm. Luckily, he's back and throwing the ball fairly well so far today. He's found what looks to be his favorite target, and David Torres a few times. Mm-hmm. A little bit of targets to
Chris Hicks.
Mm-hmm. a little bit to Thornton. So they're moving things along quite well. But realistically on the field so far, it seems to be that ELAC just can't quite stop the run or really adjust to the run. Citrus College had 13 first downs. 8 of those were rushing. So they really got to do more to stop the run. And considering the duo that they have for Citrus College in the form of Hakeem Halliburton and Jamal Wilson, it's going to be a fairly tough task because they're pretty much in the backfield on almost every single play for Citrus.
Yeah, and that's been the story for most of the season for the Huskies is that being their front line, we've been saying, or at least I've been saying most of the year, as we see the kickoff return here, been pushed out, it looks like at the 29.
That's Victor Rodriguez on the return.
But the Huskies, their front line defensively, they're not big, but they're fast. But the problem with that is that any team offensive line comes in with size, a good size, not just on their offensive line, but their backs can kind of really play the power game and just kind of just stuff the ball down the Huskies' throats. And that's unfortunately that Citrus recognized that in the second half. That's how they got their 14 points, mostly on the ground. They're rushing for better than almost 4.8 yards a carry right now. Huskies need to be able to put together a good drive here.
Bell gets a snap, gets a completion up the middle. That's David Torres. And
you're going to look at Dante Bell, and you're going to look and see that he's been getting the ball out quicker, particularly since in comparison to earlier in the season. And that's because the coaching staff, was a little sprinkled in enthusiasm by our athletic director, has been really been emphasizing to Bell to get the ball out quick.
Hidon line in the backfield. Thornton on the near side. That's pass completed to David Torres once again. Torres, by far the favorite target of Dante Bell so far this game.
Again, him getting open is allowing Bell to make those quick passes.
So that is enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 on the 44.
And sometimes with young quarterbacks, particularly quarterbacks that have good size as Bell has and has an arm, you got to convince them sometimes that throwing the ball downfield isn't always the way to go, isn't always the best way to execute your game plan.
Bell gets a snap. Gets his target, Cameron Thornton, for a gain of about 6.
Good job by Thornton to hold on to the ball as he was hit just as he caught it. Again, it's only a 7-point game. The Huskies don't have to get big chunks of yardage. Just 4 or 5 yards, 6 yards on a first down will do wonders. Keep the playbook open for Bell and the Huskies offense.
So officially a gain of 8 on the pass completion to Thornton. So 2nd and 2. Should be a very manageable down here for the Huskies.
Bell keeps it himself.
So we'll get the first down and a little bit of extra yardage on the little juke there.
Bell's not necessarily known for his mobility at
quarterback. But he can run.
He can.
If he needs to, he can.
He can. He just needs to be able to make smart decisions as he's running the ball. Again, this Huskies offensive line, similar to the defensive line, they don't have a lot of size, and they're not big guys per se. So you have to be able to really identify where the openings are and pick your spots and where you want to run.
Yeah, Dante Bell is a very capable decision maker. It's just whether or not his weapons are open for those ultimate decisions.
And he has to adjust. And he has to adjust as well to an offensive line that may not be able to give him the time that he wants as he takes the ball in there and is tackled at the 40. He got about, looks like about 2, maybe 3 yards.
They fake the handoff to Hidon, so gain of about 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for East LA coming up. Sun started to peek its head out a little bit. Bit of a cloudy day here today, but a beautiful day nonetheless.
Actually, there was some concern that they might have some showers here this afternoon, but it seems like the rain has held off.
Yeah, it's been a very dry morning. Hidon keeps it. Can't get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a loss of 1.
And we're over my shoulder. We're joined by the world famous ELAC men's basketball head coach John Mosley, who's critiquing my color skills here, as I just hopped on.
Don't call me out. Face the game.
You can't ignore someone who's as famous as Coach Mosley is.
Yeah, Coach Mosley is someone who does command attention.
He does, even when he doesn't necessarily want it. This Bell taking a shot downfield, the far side, incomplete.
Trying to go for Chris Hicks. Was able to hit him, but Hicks couldn't quite get the hands on it. Really good coverage.
Yeah, it was tight. Hicks needed maybe another half step ahead of the defensive back there.
Looks like that was Jacob Monroe on the coverage for Citrus College. So that's going to force 4th down. That's going to bring out the special teams unit here for East LA.
Looks like Huskies are going to try and play the field position game here. It's not something that they've been able to do throughout the season. A lot of times with the offensive issues that they've had, the Huskies' defense have been pinned back in disadvantageous situations. So here the Huskies are trying to see if they can pin back Citrus. Oh, no, it's a fake.
Well, Zachary Camarena with a direct snap. They were able to get some yards out of the play, but not enough to convert the 1st down. So it's going to be a turnover on downs for East LA. Citrus College is going to take over on about the 35-yard line.
I've been hearing rumors for weeks that they're going to institute some plays where Camarena was going to be in the backfield. And you really haven't seen it much yet. He talked about it when Bell was out. There was some rumors from the coaching staff, hearing rumblings filtered to the coaching staff they were going to put him in the backfield. So it's just kind of a matter of time that they put him in. And interesting enough, they put him in on a punt fake. I think he wanted to pass. Looked like he was trying to pass and just couldn't identify an open receiver.
So Dennerson drops back and batted down. Target was intended for Joseph Enriquez.
Like a Husky defender got a hand on it. It looks like Citrus tried to set up some sort of screen, maybe a bubble screen there.
And, which you mentioned Camarena there on the direct snap. I could have sworn earlier that I saw him line up for one of the punt returns for East LA. And I'm like, was that Camarena out there? Like, I couldn't quite tell for sure because, I don't have any binoculars. And, doing multiple things around the cast, it's a little bit hard to determine. I could have sworn it was actually him. I'm like, is he? I know he's mobile. He's got some speed. He's definitely, a versatile player.
Well, we saw that last year with the Gabriel Floyd, who was a Mr. Do-Everything for the Huskies. He was a defensive back, listed as a defensive back, but as quickly as the season went on, the coaching staff realized that he was their most talented player, period. So you started seeing him in red zone packages on offense, goal line situations on offense. They put him in using his big size. So they're thinking maybe with Camarena being one of the more talented guys on either side of the ball, maybe get him in on some offensive snaps to see what he can do.
Dennerson throws up the middle. He's got the wide receiver, number 83. That's Ridge Chrislieb.
Chrislieb got inside on Jeremiah Johnson, who's the DB on the play there. Got in and made the catch. And again, that is what the run game allows you to do. You can mix in these pass plays judiciously.
So 1st and 10, ball's on the 33.
Flag now.
Goes Dennerson on the keeper. He does gain some yardage, but we'll see if that's brought back.
Chop block on the offense.
Yeah, and you can see, in their 74 for East LA, Larry Thomas on the line there. He's like, they were coming in low. Like, that's exactly what it was. So really good call there by the referees to catch that. So that's going to bring it back for Citrus College. So it's going to be 2nd and 20.
Oh, I think they replayed it down. Run play.
It's a handoff to Halliburton. Brought down at about the 36.
Citrus's running backs have been able to get to that second level before contact pretty consistently in this game.
Yeah, Halliburton and Wilson, very easily the two most dangerous players for Citrus College offensively.
Now 2nd and should be about 14 from the Husky 37. Pass drop back over the middle, complete. That's number 83.
That's
Ridge
Kreislieb yet again.
Chris Kreislieb.
So another flag flies after the completion. Say it's Kreislieb or Chrislieb?
That's a good question, and I don't see. I mean, we could run over to to Citrus's coaching box, but instead we got a dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct on Citrus.
And we can hear the frustration coming from the other end of the press box from the Citrus coaches. They are not pleased with that penalty in the slightest.
Nor should they. A bit of a break, not from a down standpoint, because they still get the first down off the result of the play, but they get backed up, so they're pretty much starting where they were before that pass completion.
Mogbleu in motion. They'll throw it over to him and immediately brought down by Khalid Johnson.
Good open field tackle. And that's what this Huskies defense needs to do. They need to use their speed, but they need to wrap up when they get the first hit on those pass catchers, particularly in the backfield, too. Backfield, those flat passes.
Small gain. It'll be 2nd and 11 for Citrus. Pass is complete.
Fleischer on the
to
tackle.
Mogbleu. Gain of about 5.
Didn't look like much, but like you said, it was about 5. I would say probably 5 or 6 yards. He was able to turn the corner. You got to tackle the guy before he turns the corner, because when he turns the corner and goes upfield, that's where the real damage happens in terms of yards after catch. Particularly on those flaps.
So 3rd and 5 for Citrus. Dennerson keeps it, throws out, passes incomplete, target intended yet again to Emmanuel Mogbleu. So it's going to be a 4th down, 4th and 5 for Citrus College. Looks like the offense is staying on the field. They're going to go for it.
And you can argue this is 4th-down territory. A lot of kickers at this level don't have maybe 45, 50-yard range on their legs. So
Halliburton lined up next to Dennison on the backfield. Kreislieb on the near side. They'll throw it over to him, incomplete.
And no flags. The Huskies defense holds. They needed that.
Kreislieb arguing for a flag, but ball was thrown behind him, so he's not going to win that argument. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. East LA will take over.
Oh, now there's flags. 2 flags came flying in.
Camarena has his helmet off on the field. I'm guessing that what it might actually be the call. He wasn't doing anything. So unsportsmanlike conduct on East LA.
Now, if it's dead ball, it means that Huskies still get the ball on downs. They're just still going to get backed up. But let's see what the official call comes in from the head official. Camarena, a very talented player, but has been prone to some bonehead plays that draw penalties on sportsmanlike conduct. That's about, can't say how many that's been this season, but we've seen a few throughout the course of the season here. Sometimes it really in opportune spots, particularly after a really positive play. You need your talented players to keep their heads in the game, if for no other reason to set a good example for the other players.
Yes, that is a fairly costly penalty in terms of their fielding position, but they'll take over at about the 18 now. Fake the handoff. Bell throws off to the right side. Pass intended for number 18, David Torres. That'll go incomplete.
I think it looked like at first that the ball was behind everybody, and Torres was flanked between 2 defenders, but I think the idea was for him to kind of break free at the last minute. He just couldn't get there to his spot. We've seen this season Huskies offense have had a lot of issues with consistently moving the ball. You need to figure a way to get downfield here. 1 possession game. Quick
Bell
pass.
throws
complete.
up the middle. That is complete to Torres.
Like you said, Albert, he's been targeting Torres a lot.
Pretty significant gain. Looks to be about a 9-yard completion, so it'll be 3rd and 1. So very manageable down here for East LA. They've been opting for the pass more often than not, but with 3rd and 1 coming up, you do have the option of giving it to Giron or with the keeper for Dante Bell. He's done it before a few times. Granted, they've only gotten 1 first down on the rush, but you know it's not something that they can't do.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to try and push through.
Judge on the far side is saying move those chains, so Giron does get enough for the first down.
Huskies have unfortunately lost a couple of their running back core over the course of the season, unfortunately. So it made a unit that kind of struggled throughout the course of the season, a little bit weaker. There's a blitz coming, and they get there to Bell. Looks like that was number 44 for Citrus, Thomas White, linebacker, got there on the blitz. One reason why the coaching staff has been really on Bell to get rid of the ball quicker.
I think there might have been a number 9 on the play as well, but I don't see him on my roster.
We've had that happen a few times.
Yeah, so like there might have been some sort of a number change for Citrus that I wasn't.
Oh yeah,
aware
I do see
of.
the number 9 there. Something's supposed to be communicated to us before the game.
Bell keeps, runs up the middle, pass is complete. No! Targeted was David Torres. Looks, he did get his hands on it, but he wasn't able to fully get it under control, so that'll be an incomplete pass. And 3rd and long coming up for East LA.
Types of plays that even though he only would have gotten a yard or two, but he needs to come down with the ball just to be able to try to keep some sort of momentum going.
Yeah, that pass basically would have eliminated the sack and get them back to the original line of scrimmage. Bell takes a snap, throws up the middle. Pass is broken up, intended for Torres yet again. That was 22. Donovan Perez breaking up the pass for Citrus College. 4th down.
And hopefully this is not a situation where you got a quarterback that's just locking on one receiver. Because we've been calling Torres' name a lot here, particularly in this 3rd quarter. But you still got Hicks out there. You still got Thornton, who caught a touchdown pass earlier, who's out there. If you're a quarterback, you got to find a way to spread the ball around and get it to your other targets, because if you keep throwing to one guy, the defense will key in sooner or later.
Absolutely so. East LA will punt it away. Enriquez lined up to return. A little bit of a tumbling kick. He does take, and it'll be a fair catch.
That was a slow, long snap. But given that the Huskies have had a couple of issues with long snapping, remember there was a game earlier this season where the Huskies were backed up in their own end zone, punting out their own end zone, and the ball just came out fast and high from the long snapper, and the punter, all he could do was knock the ball out the back of the end zone for the safety.
I do remember that. He kicked it right out of bounds, which, of course, is another penalty within itself. So 1st and 10 for Citrus College. Dennison gets a snap. He'll keep it. Runs right up the middle, going towards the left side. Brought down by Zachary Camarena. Short gain of 2, so 2nd and 8 for Citrus College.
Camarena really has a nose for the ball.
'18 goes in motion. Handed off to Wilson. Runs right up the middle. Breaks free of the Husky pack for a first down. Gets to about the 49.
Yeah, and Weingart's going in motion really seemed to fool the Huskies defense. Handoff, kind of misdirection on the inside. There was nobody there defensively to really adjust, so Citrus got good yardage there. They're going to move the chains.
Dennerson throws right. He's got Enriquez. That's a first down. Gets out of bounds. So Citrus College finding multiple ways to really get to this Husky defense. Enriquez in motion yet again. They'll throw it out to him. It's going to be a backwards pass, but he's met immediately by Dalen Story.
Fleischhood was also there.
And we got an injured Owl on the field.
Looks like he's up and okay. Is that looks like number 85? That is Robert Geminer. Minor, is the G silent?
I would say a Geminer.
Geminer, okay, Robert Geminer. He's getting up off on his own power, so that's good to see. And he's
my rule of thumb is whatever sounds the coolest.
Okay.
I usually go with that.
All right. So they got to get Husky sideline was a little too close to the field of play.
So they throw it out. That was complete to 83. And of course is Kreislieb.
We've decided to pronounce it Kreislieb. So if we're wrong, we apologize.
It just sounds cooler.
Yeah, it sounds cooler.
Dennerson gets the snap, drops back, rolls out to the right side, throws deep. Pass is incomplete. Looks like it was intended for number 3, Braden Austin.
I want to say maybe the Huskies got a little lucky there because it looked like maybe 1, maybe 2 Owls might have been open on those deep routes there to the end zone.
Yeah, there were a few available targets there, but not able to get anything done. So 4th and 5.
Owls again going for it, kind of in that gray zone area. We're too far to kick a field goal, but close enough to, especially with a lead, to take a chance. Pass is caught in the flat, complete.
That's to Wilson, and that's enough for a first down.
Some of it has been good Owls blocking, particularly on those flat passes, but some of it is also the Huskies just a little step slow getting to the runner, identifying the runner.
Dennerson goes with the keeper, runs up the middle.
So he got
for a gain of about 8.
Yeah. Again, just have a tough time shedding those blocks and getting to the runner, the ball carrier. So now 2nd and 3 from the Husky 17.
Dennerson gets his snap, hands off to Wilson.
Flag down.
Immediately thrown in the backfield was that flag. So it's going to be holding on the offense. So that's going to bring Citrus College back a bit.
Citrus College seemed to be satisfied playing the time of possession game here.
Yeah, 1:34 left here in the 3rd quarter, so very long possession here for Citrus College. And, you know, you can expect that possession time to really rank up considering they've been going for a lot of run plays.
This one will be a pass.
Dennerson passes up the middle.
He just dropped it.
Incomplete. That was Kreislieb on the target. He hit him straight in the chest, just couldn't control it.
Just dropped it.
We can take a look at that here on the replay. Dennerson pretty much nice and patient. Saw Kreislieb just couldn't get it out to him.
Maybe he got a little excited because he saw the direction he was running on that slant.
He had a touchdown right there in sight.
Huskies defense catching some breaks here. They need to take advantage.
Third and long. Dennerson throws deep. Incomplete. No flags on the field. Target was intended. Looks like it would have been for Joseph Enriquez.
Fleischhood kind of covered a bit of a gap at the last minute to do, I would say, a pretty good job on coverage, at least making the catch a lot more difficult for the receiver there. So Citrus, once again, will go for it on 4th down.
Now 4th and 13 officially here for Citrus College. Halliburton lined up. Enriquez goes in motion. There's a snap. Dennerson drops back. Going to roll out to the right side. Runs and passes to the end zone. Yeah. Touchdown, Citrus College. That's Enriquez with the catch.
Owls were able to get that playoff because the quarterback was able to roll out and didn't have to worry about any pressure from the Huskies front 4 or any blitzes or anything like that. So he had time. He rolled out to his right, but he had time. Really could be a very costly touchdown given up by the Huskies here. We mentioned the Owls were happy with playing the time of possession up 7. Now with the extra point pending, they may go up 14 here. Put even more emphasis and urgency on the Huskies offense. The kick is up.
Kick is up, and kick is good. So it is indeed a 14-point lead for the Owls over your Huskies here in the 3rd quarter with 1:05 remaining. So 2-score game here for East LA. And they really need to get things moving, Sermon.
Goes without saying. I mean, listen, you know, the season it was going to be a tough season with the transition from Coach Godinez over to interim coach Robles. It was going to be a tough season. Transitions, a lot of times, I think it happens like that. The talent level, this year's team isn't quite what has been the case for years past, the previous seasons. So it's going to be tough. It's particularly playing in the national division where every team darn near is a tough matchup. There are no easy ones. You know, you've seen Orange Coast earlier this year, a team that struggled, but they've gotten better. Huskies dropped that game 19-7 earlier in the year.
So here's Maui Fromell kicking it off. It's going to be Hicks with the return. He'll take it up the middle and get knocks out of bounds at about the 31.
Looks like maybe Victor Rodriguez actually fielded that one.
It's so hard to tell with the 11 and the 1
Yes.
sometimes.
Well, you know what? We've talked about the style of the numbering on the Huskies jersey.
Aesthetics matters, people. Aesthetics matter.
It's hard to also impress upon the importance of not just aesthetics matter, but being able to see the numbers up in the press boxes. You know, at this level, you don't have too many teams that use TV numbers. Of course, that also costs more, and you know you have to be wary of our budgets here. But at least with the black on black, which is what the Huskies are wearing today, the white numbering stands out better.
Go up the middle. That's Brandon Hiron. He'll get stuffed for no gain.
Huskies right now not counting that runner. They're down average yards per rush. Take a wild guess. Don't look at the yardage. Take a wild guess.
At what yardage?
Huskies average yardage per rush.
Oh, 2.
Lower.
1.5?
0.6.
That's
right
not good.
now. 0.6.
Well, I mean, like that makes sense considering the number of times that Dante Bell has thrown it out. Like they haven't really opted for a lot of run.
Well, and again, because the running game has been a struggle for the Huskies all season, it puts more pressure on Bell.
Pass is complete. That's Hicks.
So you see these passes out to the flat where Bell has to get the ball out quickly, try to get 5 or 6 yards. Part of that is because of the struggles in the run game that the Huskies have had.
Also, the sack yardage is going to go against them, too.
Yeah. And we got zeros on the clock because it's the end of the third quarter, Albert. And so we'll take a quick break and see if the Huskies can mount some sort of comeback here. This is the final home game in 2024 for your Huskies. They trail visitors from Citrus College 24-10. We'll be back on sportsnetusa.net. Start of the fourth quarter here at Weingardt Stadium in beautiful Monterey Park. Huskies find themselves trailing the visiting Owls, Citrus College 24-10. Got 3rd and short for the Huskies offense.
They'll throw it out to Giron. He's got the distance. He definitely has the first down yardage.
Had to fight for it at the very end, but he got it.
Not an easy gain, but Giron is a very capable running back. He's just got to get those opportunities to show him what he can do.
And he'll impress some coaches fighting for the extra yardage like that. Of course, you want to make sure that your players, when they fight for the yards, that they secure the ball and don't fumble. So far, he's done good to get that extra yard or two when he gets his opportunities.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Husky 41.
Also, sometimes helps certain guys that get a head of steam coming from the backfield and to go up the field.
So Giron lined up in the backfield. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Huskies.
Well, we got a quick moment here. We want to give here at East LA College and ELAC Athletics, get a hearty thank you to Power 106, who's been DJing and providing music and entertainment in between the downs and dead balls for the whole season. So we want to thank Power 106 and their DJ crew for keeping things live here.
Yeah, but they've been doing some raffles at some games, a little bit of giveaways. Been doing a really good job entertaining the Husky faithful here at Weingardt Stadium.
And they're doing a little extra duty today because they're also housing our PA man, Daniel Tom, who's doing a knockout job of having the PA from the Power 106 tent, which is not the same vantage point as you normally would enjoy being up top here in the press box booth. So
it is one of the many solutions to the technical difficulties we've been having here today.
Yep. That's as some people would say, that's JUCO ball for you, particularly out here.
That is JUCO ball. that is what you get.
Things don't work. You don't have people here on the weekends, enough technical people here on the weekend to kind of troubleshoot things.
Bell drops back, rolls out to the right.
He's got room.
He'll keep it himself. He's got room for a first down, but is going to get brought down just short of the sticks. Looks like he's knocked out at about the 48-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
What was it? A number looks like an 80 for Citrus. Yeah, it looks like 80, which is Hassani Hawkins, who's, I guess he's playing corner. He made a good hit to keep Bell from getting the first down. 3rd and short again because he needs to keep the sticks moving. Pitch outside.
That's Giron. That's going to be a big loss for East LA. Loss of about 3.
Unfortunately, the pitch did not fool anybody.
Citrus College read that perfectly all the way. Because with that type of play, they kind of figured they're probably going to run it. They might actually give it to, number 9. And they saw that all the way. It wasn't exactly the run, but it was still like the actual pitch out. But, great read by Citrus College defense.
Yeah, they figured that number 9 was going to get the ball some way, shape, or form, so all eyes were on him. And he got the pitch to the backfield. They did not give him a chance to turn upfield. Decent punt. It takes an owl bounce. It kind of just dies at the Citrus 28. Now, actually, they're going to mark it at the...
Just right at 30, just shy of it.
I thought he was a little generous.
Yeah, to me, it looked like it landed at the 27, so I'm like, okay. So, decent punt for East LA. They've certainly done better. But it'll really be on the defense now to step things up.
And that's what, if you're the coaching staff and Coach Robles, you're employing your defense to find the second win somehow and be able to get off the field and get off the field quickly. Last thing they can afford is another long drive by this Owls offense.
Halliburton lined up in the backfield. Dennerson keeps it himself. He'll run up the middle, leans out to the left. He'll get brought down for a 3-yard gain.
You see Camarena once again in the middle of it. He was last on the ground. He's kind of slow to get up. And now he's up. Just need a moment. Can't say enough how important it would be for the Huskies to get a 3 and out here. Down 14.
Halliburton up the middle. Short gain of about 3.
Coming up on 11 minutes left in the game.
So it's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Owls.
Huskies need a clean stop here.
Chrysley on the near side. They'll hand it off to Halliburton. He runs up the middle. And he gets past these sticks, so for a first down for Citrus College.
Even though those runs don't look like a heck of a lot, but you're talking about 3.5, 3.5, 4.5.
It's death by 1,000 cuts, sir.
Yes.
Like they're just getting that quick yardage every single drive.
Really, 3.5 yards every run will get you a first down. Particularly if you can commit to it the way the Owls have committed to it.
They throw it out to number 6. He'll get brought down.
94.
In the backfield. So it's a tackle for a loss. That's Emmanuel Mogablu brought down.
Good tackle there by 94. Brody Sutherland. Haven't had a chance to call his name in a minute.
So 2nd and 13 for Citrus College. Already a decent start here in recovery for the Husky defense.
And the Huskies have running out a little bit of time. There's
Here's
blitz.
a snap. Dennerson goes running out. They'll throw it over to Pearson. He's open for the first down. Gets brought down at the 40.
Well, a little extracurricular activity by Dalen Story, kind of give him a piggyback ride. But again, good identification. There's a flag. Yeah, you don't want to hold on to the yellow flag when the referee throws it, Dalen.
And he's saying, it wasn't me. I was just trying to get it back to you. So unsportsmanlike conduct on the Huskies, and that's going to be even more damage done to what was already a really good catch and run by Pearson.
I was going to say a good job by Citrus' quarterback to identify where the blitz was coming from and realize what part of the field was open to throw the ball. And he threw the ball on the near side. Wide receiver had space. Threw it away from where the pressure was coming. Huskies really kind of in crunch time here defensively.
They'll hand it off to Halliburton. Meets a pack of Huskies at the wall. Short gain of about 2.
You can make the argument that this may be the game right here for ELAC.
Just over 9 minutes remaining and counting here in the fourth quarter. Now with a 2-score lead and with the way Citrus College has been moving the ball offensively with the run, there's really not a whole lot that the Huskies can do. They really need a stop here.
Oh, fake inside throw to the outside. Kind of a
pass complete to Julian Barreo. Looked like he got clotheslined down a
I
little
was gonna say,
bit
kind of
there.
a clothesline tackle by Brody Sutherland. Now the problem, though, Albert, is that even if the Huskies get a third down stop here, you could say Citrus is in field goal position, and a field goal will give Citrus a 3-possession lead.
So it is third down. They'll hand it off to Wilson. He gets the first down and then some. So it'll be first and goal for the Owls coming up. And we got an injured Husky down on the field, so athletic trainers will come out to attend to that player.
Is Sutherland kind of walking off gingerly, mostly on his own power. He stayed down for a bit, got up. He's kind of limping.
He already has a brace on that left knee. We can see it from our end. You might barely be able to see it on your screen at home. He seems to be moving a little bit better now, little by little. Probably just, irked it a little bit, but he does seem a little bit unstable for the most part. But is good news always to see a player walk off under their own power, even if it is gingerly.
Yeah, definitely. He'll have to sit out a few plays. Unfortunately, it is at a critical juncture for this Huskies defense. It's kind of like their last stand here. Again, Citrus up 14. A field goal puts them up by 3 possessions at 17 points.
And it doesn't make it impossible,
no.
But with the way East LA has been playing, it does make it very improbable.
Huskies offense has struggled for the second half.
Citrus playing hurry up. They'll hand it off to Wilson. Breaks the tackles. Gain of about 3.
I give credit to Citrus there. They picked up the Huskies blitz pretty well.
So officially a 2-yard carry for Wilson. 8 minutes and counting left here in the fourth. For a 1 o'clock start, considering it's 3:18, this game really just has been moving right along. There have been penalties, but nothing really that's kind of stopped or delayed this game any longer.
That's true. There's a
pass is thrown out to the end zone. Target was for Kreislieb.
But there's a flag.
We do got some flags.
I think the first flag is before the pass, and the second flag was after the incompletion when the ball landed. Sutherland comes back in.
So glad to see he's doing all right. So penalties by both sides, those will offset. So I think that's what I saw.
I think both penalties were on ELAC and
so they probably declined the first, accepted the second,
accepted the
which
second,
which looked pass interference.
Pass interference, yeah. So Citrus will get the ball at the 2, and the way they've been running, I mean, Huskies really need to hit the gaps hard and decisively.
Let me guess, a handoff to Wilson. Actually, it'll be a keeper, but we'll have a pre-snap penalty.
Usually in the area of false start when they stop the play before it starts.
That is a false start on Citrus College. Still remains first down. So it'll be first and goal from the 8.
So if you're Huskies, you got to still guard against the run the way Citrus has been rushing. But you got to guard against some sort of misdirection handoff or maybe even some sort of play action. We got a dead ball. Official timeout. I guess they had to decide on.
Wasn't spotted correctly.
Yeah, right.
It's like, hey, it's supposed to be first and 8, and it's here on the 4. What's going on? So officially marked on the 7-yard line. So first and goal on the 7.
Huskies blitz. Play action, incomplete, but the
Flags
receiver
will fly.
Yeah, Dalen Story kind of clobbered the receiver as the ball was sailing past. Kind of just ran over him. So that's going to be a pretty easy PI call.
Yes. Dalen Story was all over the receiver. Very easy call by the referees.
And, you know,
a little too aggressive there by Story.
Very, very much aggressive. And of course, the cherry on top is he didn't turn his head around to look for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, easy PI call for
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
Stripes.
I don't know if he really would have had much of a play on it in general. But, like you still at least need to make an attempt.
Yeah. So we'll go first and goal again, this time from the 3.
Dennerson
Left
keeps
outside.
it, rushes towards the left, breaks the plane, and is in for a touchdown.
And that's what size can do for you. Even though it's a quarterback keeper, you see which way the defense can see which way you're going. They can try to pursue, but as soon as you turn that corner, and with a quarterback that has the size that he does against a Huskies defense in front 7 that's kind of small, he's able to lower his shoulder into the defender and push himself through the defender and into the end zone.
There is a flag on the field
There were
in the
several
end
flags.
zone. As of right now, the touchdown still stands. There is 30 points on the board for Citrus, so we'll see what the official ruling is.
See a bunch of Husky players pleading with the referees. Camarena. To me, they look like the flags came in and clearly after the quarterback broke the plane.
So personal foul on the defense. That has been declined. Official ruling is a touchdown. So 20-point lead for Citrus College. Soon to be 21 pending the point after.
And the problem with this Huskies offense, if they being down by 3 scores, is that they don't have the type of offense that has a quick strike ability. Particularly when you have an offense that's built on short, quick passes. When you need to get a lot of yards in a short amount of time, you need to be able to throw the ball downfield confidently. In order to do that, you need your offensive line to be able to hold off the defenders and the blitzers long enough for the quarterback to be able to see the field.
And kick is up and kick is good. So it is a 21-point lead as flags will fly after the kick. So probably more unsportsmanlike conduct on East LA. Just more unnecessary, silly penalties for this team.
Yeah, it's just kind of just letting their emotions out, but letting out their frustrations and disappointment, but not in a right way, not in a good way. Because all you do is you make it harder on yourself, you make it harder on your offense, particularly if they let Citrus kick the ball instead of from the 25, from the 40. Another unsportsmanlike, you risk guys, depending on what's going on, you risk guys getting thrown out. There's an ejection. You saw the heave-ho. So we just got to see who it is that got ejected.
I did see the white hat for a moment. Mistake, wait, who's got the ball? But no, it is on the defense. It is on the defense there for East LA. And then immediately give that hitchhiking thumb backwards. So a player for East LA has been ejected. We'll see who that is momentarily. There is no functional PA for the referees, so we'll just have to see who doesn't come back into the game defensively.
Yes, more little issues, and then you see athletic director. The referee's talking to Coach Robles. You see athletic director Bobby Godinez down on the sideline. He's pointing at somebody. Probably giving one of the players an earful. A lot of the players obviously still know him because he was the coach last year. And it looks like it's Fleischer that's being escorted to the locker room.
So a big loss defensively for East LA as Fleischhood gets the heave-ho from this already tumultuous game.
Yeah, it's really a shame. Fleischer was the defensive SCFA defensive player of week in week 1.
So
And to see, again, a lot of just to see a guy like that kind of lose his cool is very unfortunate.
So the unsportsmanlike conduct is assessed before the kickoff, so that'll advance the location of the kickoff to the 50.
Was it 2 penalties? And
that's going to go back for a touchback. So no chance for East LA to return as Maui puts one into the end zone.
You're up 21 in the fourth quarter. But we saw this a few weeks ago. I'm trying to think if it was, I think it was Long Beach, where kind of in a situation Long Beach just scored a touchdown. Huskies were kind of on their heels. And what did they do on the kickoff? They pooch kicked it.
Yeah, I remember that.
They pooched it.
There's a lot of things that I remember about that game.
In fact, they did it twice, and they were successful because Huskies forgot the rules, and they were able to recover the kick twice, Long Beach was, if my memory serves you correctly.
So Bell throws up the middle. That's his target, Hicks, but pass is dropped, so that'll be incomplete.
He had a lot of defenders. I mean, sometimes it's tough to ask a guy, who catch the ball in traffic, with 4 or 5 defenders waiting to, tear his cleats off. But if you are going to have a chance, you got to be finding a way to hold on to the ball in situations like that.
And that was Donovan Perez on the tackle and big hit to Chris Hicks.
And actually, I would think that maybe instead of throwing in the middle of the field, maybe Bell will try to target the sidelines a bit more because they do need to get as much yardage as possible with a little clock as possible.
Hicks lined up in the slot. They'll throw it out. That's Giron. Incomplete.
And Giron is very frustrated.
Tackle made by number 43, Ethan Acosta. Always feels good to name the roster guy before the PA guy can. I'm like, yeah, I saw it right.
Well, you have an advantage because we're up in our normal space, and the PA guy is down by the Power 106.
Even if he was next door, I'd still feel good about it. Technically, he's got the closer line of sight.
Listen.
I just got a bird's eye view.
Your Dodgers won. You got all the bragging rights in the world.
I'm not even trying to make it about that, sir.
No, but I'm gonna give you the credit because you're being very gracious. I'll give you that, but I might as well get it
compared to some others that I've seen on the campus here. Yes, I have. I saw a few text exchanges that Steven showed me earlier.
Oh.
Granted, there were some civil ones, but they were fairly ruthless.
Some of them were really ruthless. Someone showed me a picture of the Statue of Liberty dressed in Dodgers gear, which I thought was really blasphemous.
I saw one that was basically the Statue of Liberty with Freddie, holding the bat up for the game one ender. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where he hit that walk-off grand slam to win game one, and
I saw it,
and set the whole tone of the series.
You know what was really painful about that? Since got dead ball here.
That they shouldn't have brought in Nestor Cortez. They should have brought in Tim Hill.
Yes, Nestor had not pitched in almost 3 weeks.
37 days.
Yes, 37. Okay, 37 days. Not only that, my wife is watching now. She's not really she roots for the LA teams, but she's not a fan where she watches the sports regularly. So she doesn't really know a lot of the rules in our baseball. So
of which there are a lot.
Yes. Imagine having to explain to your wife why it was a walk-off home run as it was happening. Like, oh, yeah, we won. Wait, why is that a walk-off? Why did they – I'm like, oh, no.
Because they literally walk off the field.
Yeah, I had to explain because it was the bottom of the 9th or bottom 10th?
Bottom of the 10th, but pass is complete. Pass up the middle as flags fly after the play.
You kind of jinxed it because you were talking about
it was Victor Rodriguez with the completion.
You jinxed it because you were talking about how the game was flying along, and it was. And now here we are in the back half of the fourth quarter, and now we're getting all these penalties that are stopping the clock every chance that it happens. So
yeah, bit of a mistake there. But 6:55 remaining. Citrus up by 21. Personal foul on Citrus College.
Oh, double personal fouls, an offset.
Yeah, those will offset.
So offset will be 4th down. The Huskies will bring on the punting unit.
Yeah, so a bit of chippiness here by now both sides of the actual team, and a little bit unnecessary, really.
Well, definitely unnecessary on Citrus' part because, you know, there's an argument that said that they might have the game won here, so you don't need to do anything silly. Just, you know, let the clock run.
So Parker Pinto will punt things away. A
Line
little bit of
drive.
a lining drive, kickoff there. Enriquez was lined up to receive and return it. Takes a bit of a Husky bounce and is marked down at the 33.
A little better result than the way the kick looked initially, but not exactly. You would have liked them to really boom it and really try to back up Citrus inside the 20. Because you know, Huskies defense, you know what's coming. The 21 point, you face a 21-point deficit, 6:40 left. Citrus has been very successful at running the ball, and so you know what you're going to see. You're going to see more. You're going to see more rushing attempts. Citrus already at 172 yards on the ground. Interesting enough, they maintained their rush average throughout from the first half. They were at 4.8 coming out of halftime, and they're still now at 4.8. So they've been really consistent with their running game.
And, you know, when you have the likes of Jamal Wilson and Hakeem Halliburton, who have been working in tandem just like a well-oiled machine, like it makes sense that they're able to maintain that average and consistently run the ball well on almost every single play. Very few passing attempts actually made by the Citrus offense.
Especially in the second half. Wilson a yard away from 100 on the day. He's got 15 rushes for 99 yards. Hakeem Halliburton, 12 rushes for 63 yards. Each of them have a touchdown.
Halliburton lined up in the backfield next to Dennerson.
Wide receiver in motion.
Blue goes in motion. They'll hand it off to him. He breaks free of a tackle, rushes towards the sideline and out of bounds.
Now, they'll go down as really, they got 5 on that. It looked like it was shorter, but I would say number 98 for the Huskies got into the backfield.
Jonathan
Bernal, but couldn't get to the runner, and it's those types of missed opportunities defensively when you need to get stops. Now it's probably unfortunate, a little too late, but those types of opportunities defensively, you need to make the tackle in the backfield.
So hand off to Halliburton. And taken off out of bounds. Flags fly around the line of scrimmage. So we'll see what the ruling is. Clock is stopped at 5:59.
Looks like there.
So it's holding on the offense. So that's going to bring back Citrus College a little bit.
I was looking at that play. It was almost like a perfect seal along the offensive line of all the offensive players blocking the Huskies defenders. And now we realize it was a little too perfect.
It's going to bring second down. Halliburton and Wilson right next to Dennerson in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Wilson. He runs left. Meets a pack of Huskies and brought down short of the original line of scrimmage.
Another flag. This is going to be a late hit, I think. You see Citrus clapping mockingly on their sideline.
So personal foul on the defense, very much for that late hit.
I think that might have been Camarena too. He's kind of like having his arms in that why me type of pose. But it was, I looked at it straight away from up here. It was late. So again, Huskies defense not doing themselves any favors, shot themselves in the foot, particularly in a game that if it's not at the out of reach level, is getting close to it.
Yeah, with 5:24 and counting here, there's pretty much not a whole lot that East LA can do. Even if they get a stop, Citrus has just been running the ball far too effectively. Flags fly in the backfield. Looks like it might be a holding call. as we see from the white hat
call
getting some indication here.
Hold against Citrus. We got another instance where the Huskies, they're getting in the backfield, but they're not getting to the ball carrier. They're not getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, so holding on the offense. That penalty is accepted. So it's going to be 1st and 20 here for Citrus College. 5:12 left officially here in the second half.
Oddly enough, Citrus could look at this as more opportunity to run a clock.
Wilson goes in motion. They'll throw it out to him. Breaks a tackle, brought down by Camarena.
Sure handle tackle at the 40-41.
So gain of about 6. Officially gain of 4, so 2nd and 16. Although scoreboard says 2nd down, line marker says 3rd down. I'm going to go by the line mark. Yeah, so 3rd and 16.
Yeah,
there we go.
We'll call it 3rd and 16.
Enriquez in motion, running up towards the north. Dennerson drops out. He'll keep it himself. That's enough for a 1st down.
Depending on where they give him, oh, you know what, maybe not, because he started his slide.
Line judge is officially marking him short of the 1st down marker.
He started his slide about a couple of yards before the 1st down marker. And you know, it's where where your knee lands in the slide?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not where the ball is, where your knee is. So he was sliding. His slide took him past the 1st down marker, but where his knee landed was short of the 1st down.
And there is also a flag in the original backfield, so it looks like there's a penalty to be assessed here. That might bring things back, so it is holding against the offense.
How many holding calls now is that against Citrus?
At least the 3rd this drive, it feels like, Serwin. And again, like, I haven't said anything since then. I've been very quiet about it, but it is just further delaying this game. It's just consistently stopping the clock when it really should be running all the time because of how often they've been running the dang ball.
Indeed. And again, Citrus, this is not a great team by any stretch. They're, what were they, 3 and 4?
They're 2 and 4.
2 and 4.
And, you know, by all accounts, this really should have been a game that East LA could have won. I'm not going to say should have won. Like, they could have won. But, you know, like, there was some ridiculousness going on prior to the actual game, like, before the actual warm-up started.
Yeah, there was some chatter.
I'm going to say, it started there. Some words were said. That's a pass completion to Pearson for a 1st down.
Was that 4th and 3rd and forever? Did Huskies just give up a 3rd and 23?
That was 4th and 23.
That was 4th and 23.
It was 3rd and 23.
Oh,
they
no,
mark
they
it down short, so now it's 4th and 1. And now we get another stoppage.
It's going to be a timeout on, let's see.
Yeah, so timeout by East LA. We'll step away for just a moment. You're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So it's 4th and 1 with 4:02 remaining here in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a direct snap to Wilson. He'll take it out to the right side. Easy 1st down along the sidelines, and he'll be marked out at the 31.
Yeah, it was poor pursuit, though, on the Huskies on that backside, because you can make the argument if he didn't step out, he might have gone another 15, 20 yards down that sideline.
You can see it there on the replay. You can see that nice little dirt kick up right at 31. So great eye by the actual judges here.
And again, Huskies, even though the game is probably out of reach at this point, just had an opportunity to get off the field and stop the Citrus and maybe get the ball back at least one more time for their offense, at least to show something.
Handoff is to Wilson up the middle, stopped just at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 3rd and 20. Sorry, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Wilson lines up. It's 2nd and 10. He'll be shy of the first down.
Unfortunately, it wouldn't matter what down and distance it is on this drive. Citrus has converted all of it. 3rd and 20, 3rd and 23.
At least this drive they have.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes, 55 seconds officially on the clock and counting. It's 3rd and short for Citrus College.
And it's just a tough situation. You know, you got to keep your head in the game, but you know, knowing that you're facing an offense that's run the ball on you and been able to do pretty much whatever they want.
They'll hand it off again to Wilson up the middle, met by a pack of Huskies.
He escaped initially.
Break free and does get enough to move the sticks for another Citrus first down.
Now, see, that just can't happen. No, I'm sorry. That cannot happen. You cannot gang tackle a guy with 4 or 5 guys, have him break free to get even a 2 or 3 yards. In this case, 2 or 3 yards is what they needed. But even to get 2 or 3 yards, you got 5 guys. Bring the ball carrier down. That's just bad tackling. And again, you understand that the defense is probably a little dispirited. You see a lot of frustration, hands on the hips, a lot of frustrating demeanors coming from them. But you still got the game. You still got to play the game. You got to play the game whistle to whistle.
And that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll step away once again for just a moment. You're watching Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back from the 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes officially left here in the 4th quarter. It is Citrus ball. They find an open Pearson for an easy owl touchdown for Citrus College.
I don't know if that pass was necessary.
It really wasn't, but we take a look on the replay here. Pearson just breaks off into open territory, barely protected at all, and just walks it in.
I guess Citrus says, hey, they figured they're 2 and 4. Why not? But, I mean, that wasn't necessary. You got the game won. And the thing is that something like that, even if you had innocent intentions, it's just going to add to the chippiness of what's been a very chippy 4th quarter, a lot of emotions, particularly on the Husky side. Also
kick
on the
is
Citrus
up
as
and
well.
kick is good. And, there have been a lot of, injuries, to the Huskies. They did lose, one of their more impactful players on the defensive end in Trammell Isaacs. It does suck to not see him on the field because he worked really well hand in hand with Zachary Camarena, who's basically, it's kind of all him defensively, like making some of the bigger plays. And, unfortunately, when it's all you making those plays, it's easier to spot you and when you mess up.
And it's particularly when you have, when Trammell Isaacs, you have a defensive lineman that can make plays. Be able to shred tackles and make some plays in the backfield and get backfield pressure. It allows your linebackers a little bit more freedom as well to do their thing, and they don't get jammed up by blocks on the offensive line, particularly when they're blitzing or pursuing the ball carrier in the backfield. So it's a big loss for the Huskies' defense. Well, not the result the Huskies were looking for against a 2 and 4 team. I guess you could technically call them 3 and 4 because they should be credited with a forfeit win against San Bernardino Valley, who unfortunately had to
Shut down their
Shut
entire
down-
program,
shut
which
down
is
program
just
this season.
unfortunate to see.
In fact, that was going to be the Huskies' next game at San Bernardino Valley, but instead they'll have 2 weeks off before they have their final game of the season at Cerritos. Now, Cerritos is not the Cerritos that we're used to in terms of being a to be a juggernaut per se, but they're still a quality team. It's still going to be a very tough game for ELAC. You know, Huskies have struggled against teams that they've normally been able to beat in years prior, as Citrus College, as Allen Hancock, as Orange Coast. So, you know, you don't want to waste any opportunities to kind of end your season on a high note. Unfortunately, this game was a missed opportunity for the Huskies to do so.
So the offense will take the field with 1:47 remaining.
Just from a sense of pride, I'd like to see the offense do something, at least try to get downfield, even if you don't have enough time to get in the end zone.
They'll throw it out. That's Victor Rodriguez with the catch.
And a flag comes in.
Flag flies late.
And again, Citrus is 2-4, technically you can say 3-4, and they've had a lot of penalties on them in this game. It looks like this one's going against Citrus. So
yeah, it's a personal foul on Citrus College for face masking, so an automatic first down and some extra yardage for East LA.
So this is a team that you can see gives their opponents opportunities, but the Huskies just not able to.
They haven't been able to capitalize.
No, not at all. As the ball now is in Citrus territory. Got 1:23 left, so the Huskies actually have time, and they can get some quick strikes and get down the field. They can.
Yeah, clock is running. 1:15 now left on the game clock. Enough time and enough timeouts to at least take some shots downfield and do something.
But instead they run, and they get met in the backfield.
It's going to be a tackle for loss. Number 63, that's Nolan Bird on the tackle for Citrus. And we got an injured Husky on the field.
That's 76, it looks like.
That would be Stephen Camacho.
Well, now kind of banging his hand in frustration. Kind of serious because now you see Citrus's players are taking a knee. The offense taking a knee near their side.
And we don't like to speculate, but it's usually never a good sign when your opponent takes a knee like that after an injury, and they are bringing the cart out onto the field. So hopefully this is just some extra precaution for the safety of Camacho.
Yeah. You know, there was some concern before last week's game at Mount Sac with the number of bodies that the Huskies have lost, bodies dropping, unfortunately. If the Huskies going to have enough guys healthy to go to Mount Sac, there was some concern.
Yeah, we'll step away for a moment with this injury on the field. You're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So Camacho is on the card and is about to be taken off the field. Now, he seems to be in good spirits. Of course, we don't know the extent of the injury, but, clearly serious enough where, both athletic trainers on, for each team is attending to, the big offensive lineman for East LA. So hopefully, he's okay, just taking the extra precautions, for him. But, it's never fun to actually see, but, we wish Camacho the best and hopefully a speedy recovery for whatever injury he has.
Definitely very concerning because you see the coaches in the middle of the field talking with the referees, head coach Bobby Godinez, former head coach, athletic director Bobby Godinez on the field. And we were talking during the break that wonder if the cart was a precaution because Camacho's a big kid, but
yeah,
6'5",
335. That's a big person to move around.
Right, but the way the sides were looking at him as they would lift him and put him on the cart, it seemed like it might. Again, you don't want to speculate, but it seemed like it might have been worse than just the fact of his size being a factor.
Yeah.
So
and even for the cart right now, it's very slow moving off the track. So they're taking every precaution for the safety of Camacho. But we still have a game to play, or to finish, rather. 1 minute remaining. East LA trailing by 28 as the Owls are up 38-10.
Well, exactly 1 minute to go. And I think the best thing the Huskies can do at this point is to try to finish this game on some sort of positive note. Not just because of the score, but now because of the injury they just suffered. Some sort of positive note. Just get the ball in the end zone. Just something to give you something to feel good about.
So Bell takes a snap. They'll hand it off.
That's Bell.
That was Damaji Potts.
Yeah, that's Michael Anderson in that quarterback. So I guess they decided they don't want to risk Bell any further. So they took Bell out. I don't think they're going to be interested in trying to throw the ball down. I think they're just going to.
Considering how many snaps we've seen Michael Anderson take before, we know he's not really going to be one to throw the ball.
You hear coaches yelling, run the ball, run the ball. It's almost like the players want to get out of here. But they telling them run one more play.
So Anderson, he will throw deep. He's got a target almost picked off by a number 12, Jalen Mooring. But that will be zeros on the board.
Interesting enough, they let the clock run even though it was an incomplete pass, which is a decision that's often made at this level when the game's out of hand.
But that's going to do it for us. So 38-10 is your final score. Owls of Citrus College are victorious over your East Los Angeles College Huskies. That is, of course, our final home game of the season for East Los Angeles College football. But it's not the end of East Los Angeles College sports here on sportsnetusa.net. We do have some basketball coming up later this season. I don't know the exact dates yet, sir, at least not off the top of my head. But I know that we will, of course, be doing both men and women's basketball here on sportsnetusa.net for East Los Angeles College.
Well, I can tell you that each team has a November home game this month.
It's coming up. I know it is. I don't know the exact date.
We'll check the schedule. And so with each team, each men and women have a November home game. Of course, this time of the season is very heavy on tournament play, on weekend tournaments. Of course, we do have the Ocala Classic, the annual Ocala Classic, the women's basketball tournament that we host. And you guys will be there for the ELAC games for that. So we're happy to have you there.
Pretty sure.
We'll have you guys here for January and February for men and women's games as well. So, it's been a tough season, but we got some high hopes for both our basketball teams, particularly men's basketball. We think that Coach Mosley might have the key ingredients to make another state run, and we think that Coach Turner has a really strong squad coming in. So we're really excited about basketball. But as this is the final football broadcast for this, I do thank on behalf of East Los Angeles College and East Los Angeles College Athletics, we thank Albert Robles, the jack of all trades, master of many, Ed Ford, the owner of Sportsnet USA, and all his talented that have been with us throughout the season and broadcast our games throughout the season. We have a lot of guys whose folks and people can't make the games. Obviously, we got guys maybe from far away. So the importance of Sportsnet USA to be able to have us broadcast our games so that the families of those players and our fans that can't get to the game can watch the games is huge. It's very important. I can't understate the importance of that. So, again, we thank Sportsnet USA for being, once again, our partner. It seems like you guys have been with us for a long time. Hope we keep the party going. And teams are kneeling on to have the post-game talks here. And
if you want to continue the support of community college athletics, be sure to like and subscribe the stream, and be sure to keep up to date on any and all athletics that we cover here on SportsNetUSA.net. Not only do we cover East Los Angeles College, we cover Cypress College, Cerritos College, a little bit of Saddleback College here and there, of course, Fulton College Athletics, but their football program that we cover. A lot of sports here on SportsNetUSA.net. So, again, be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things SportsNetUSA.net. But for the meantime, you've been watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
Peace.